What's up, it's Marco back in on the Sage Soccer channel. I'm ready to talk about the U.S. men's national team beating Costa Rica 4-0. Man, it was a great game for us. Probably our best performance of the entire international break. I feel like this is the first time in a while we were really able to control the game, Like, the midfield, it was just set. It was able to dominate the ball and not give away too many chances. It was probably the most dangerous offensively we looked, at least from open play. Able to create some chances. A lot of goals came from that. And, as I said before, defensively very solid. No real chance for Costa Rica. This wasn't Costa Rica's strongest team. Brian Ruiz was obviously out. But, it was definitely our best performance. I think the main part of that was Tyler Adams being back into the squad. He missed most of the Nations League except for, extra time against Mexico, basically. But, yeah, he's just an amazing player. Great defensively, and he has the ability to keep everything moving forward. Man, I was honestly kind of nervous when he was playing because, if we weren't risking him during the Nations League, how much could he have healed in, 3 days? But, yeah, great performance by him. Just reminded me of how good he is as a player, and, man, I'm really excited to see how good he can be going forward. Next up, Brenden Aaronson, probably the best player on the field today. What he can do with the ball at his feet is amazing. When I was watching him on the Union, every time I'd watch him, I'd just be like, man, I feel like he's the best dribbler, best, close control type player in the MLS, and he's able to show that talent on the national level. And man, it's just amazing. He was involved with goals today, picking up one off a rebound. He really should have had an assist, but there's a bit of miscommunication earlier. But yeah, great performance by him. And honestly, he has a chance to start for this team, especially if they switch up to a 4-2-3-1 or maybe bring a Pulisic or Arena inside. And he's definitely going to be in the team. He could honestly be starting pretty soon, though. It's a great performance by Aaronson. Daryl, Dike, he was another great performer. I mentioned that missed chance earlier, but man, he finished a chance very well. He was doing very well with his runs. He had some good hold-up play, and man, that's something that he brings to the table that we might not have anybody else who can do that. Just his strength in the air, his ability to hold up the ball. When we get him playing with a Pulisic and Reina beside him, man, that could be really dangerous. And I feel like he's the best natural finisher we have in this setup right now. So great job by him, and I'm really hoping to see more of Daryl Dike. He might be able to get into a starting spot by qualifying. Next, we had Antonee Robinson and Reggie Cannon. I'm just going to classify them both together because it's similar games. Both good showings, goal contributions, getting forward well, good defense displays. Man, those are two guys who are really good athletes. You can see the potential that they have, and they're both improving, and honestly, they're in competition for that second fullback spot. Whether you want to move Dest out left, keep Dest in his natural spot, we don't know, but man, these guys keep pushing each other. That's great to see. The competition's something you love to see. Next, Yunus Musah, very good game. I feel like one of his best things he can do is he can really make those combinations happen. You can really see it when we have a couple of really good players in Weston McKenzie, Pulisic, Reina. They can all get a lot of triangles going and just help break down teams. And Musah's another guy who's able to do that. Just so good technically, and man, I mentioned the midfield being in control of the game, and while Tyler Adams was a part of that, I feel like Yunus Musah was just as important. He was able to just really help the team control the tempo of the game, and that's something that we can really struggle to bring with outside of McKenzie and Adams in our just starting midfielders. And if Moose is able to do that, we have to get into the starting lineup. He fits the 4-4-3 well, and yeah, great job by him. Next guy I want to talk about, McKenzie. He had a really good bounce-back game. I feel like the mental strength that he's shown the past few weeks, that's been great. Being able to give away a goal in the first minute and bounce back, that was great to see him in the Nations League final, and just be able to just bounce back, have a great game today despite pretty bad performance and just idiots abusing him online. But a great job by him. I feel like his competitive performances, he wasn't that great against Honduras or Mexico, so because of that, I'd probably like to see Chris Richards start over him, but hey, it's a good performance, and you love to see it. Next, we had Ethan Horvath. He continued to show why he's a very good shot stopper. I still don't like his distribution, but I feel like it has improved from the Switzerland game. I feel like that might just be him being rusty. I think he's played as much for America as he has for I'm forgetting what team he's on in Belgium. Jesus. Okay, whatever. Behind Simon Mignolet, he's not playing. So yeah, he's going to have to get a move on from him, get first team action this year, and if he's able to do that, then he could really push for a starting spot. And for the rest of the team, I feel like Sebastian Lleglet was solid. I mean, he's another guy I'm not too sure about long term, but just at the moment, I feel like he deserves to be in the team. He was good enough in possession. He's a real goal threat for a team where, especially if we start Josh Sargent, we need as many of them as possible. And yeah, good performance. Tim Ream, he was fine today, but he's another guy not another guy. He's probably the only guy on the team I really don't want back in the squad. I mean, the main positive that he had going forward was his versatility, but I feel like he isn't good enough to play left back. I mean, he was getting exposed in that Nations League final, and I feel like Mark McKenzie and Chris Richards can both do a good job of that left-footed center back role. Mark McKenzie's good with both feet. Chris Richards has played out there in the Bundesliga, and yeah, I don't see a place left for Tim Ream. He had to even have a good career. I don't know. Yeah, but I feel like he has been a good locker room presence. I mean, they ran over and put the captain's armband on him after Adams got subbed off, so yeah, I mean, might be time for him to go though. And the only player today that I was really disappointed in was Tim Weah. And like when you watch him play in the national team, I feel like he looks like somebody who's on trial. Like he's somebody trying to do too much. Like trying to dribble a bit too much, taking shots that he probably shouldn't. His end product hasn't really been there, and he just hasn't been great for the team. That's something that you really want to see improve because he is just an elite athlete. And you can see like the talent that he has, but he needs to improve, and hopefully he will. I mean, he has been dealing with a lot of injuries, and if he's able to get like a really good season for Lille, just getting a lot of playing time and stay healthy, then he can continue to improve. So for the subs, I mean, not too much. Zimmerman was solid. You can't talk too much about them because the game kind of died out around the 60th minute, I felt. Giovanni Reyna did come on and show immediate impact. I mean, Giovanni Reyna was probably the best player for the U.S. the entire international break. He was great in every game that he was in, and man, I'm starting to look at him as a star when he's on the field. He was playing great. Next, Yul, Costa, Dest, they all played, but like I mentioned, the game was kind of dead, and unfortunately, Jordan Sivachu, or Pfok, or I'm not too sure what his preferred name is right now, he picked up an injury. He was able to walk off the field, but reports I saw seemed to think that it was a pretty bad injury, so couldn't find much about it before I started this, but yeah, something to keep updated on because that's unfortunate. Tactically, we were back to the 4-4-3. I feel like it worked a lot better with Tyler Adams, obviously. Both fullbacks were able to attack today, which is something that I feel like we hadn't had before. It was either Serginho Dest just attacking or they're playing a bit more defensively. I still really don't know what preferred tactics are, but today was a lot more, I guess you'd say, symmetrical. Like our wingers were either staying to one side or both of them were getting central, and both fullbacks were attacking. And when we had Dest in, it wasn't really like that. So, yeah, something to remember. But yeah, overall, it was a great game, and as you've seen, hopefully this is the new normal for the team to continue to dominate. That's all I would talk about. That's it. See ya.